Yo, you know what it is?
What is it?
Because it's not just Friday.
It's
Debauchery Fest, the 100th episode. We're here,
100.
baby.
It's Debauchery Fest.
Yo, does the lighting look weird?
No,
No, you tell me.
I was just about to say, what separates and distinguishes Debauchery Fest from a normal Final Friday?
Worse lighting.
What separates it is Brian slaves away, making everyone espresso martinis for Debauchery Fest, and then before we even drink them, someone bumps into the light and shatters it. Like, who did that?
You like my socks?
Total debauchery, actually.
I got blood socks on. Was it from the glass light? Who knows?
Yeah, you probably, you bled a lot.
Do you want me to tell you what really happened?
Yeah, let's go. Let's hear
It
it.
was producer Matt,
Oh, he bumped into the light.
a.k.a. Slave. He fucking, and then he blamed it on me.
I'm pretty sure you said you had to pee, and then you threw the light down because you couldn't get out of the door fast enough.
That
We
power
were
pass.
scrolling through those Tubi originals, and I had a bust.
Oh, my God. Yeah, no 2B originals coming up here, though. We're doing nothing
Oh,
but pioneer movies
Yeah.
for this podcast.
Trailblazers.
Yeah.
Real old ancient heat coming out of the TV screens for these next few weeks.
Yeah.
Shane, tell me what gets the fucking distinct pleasure of being our feature for Debauchery Fest.
The 100th.
The 100th. We are doing the first low-budget horror movie we ever watched when we started watching low-budget horror movies back in 08, 09. And that is The Last House in the Woods.
This car crash is goofy.
This
as
is
hell.
one of the pioneers.
It's one of the goats. I didn't remember much of it, but on rewatch,
This is the third time we've seen this, actually.
This is now the third time, yes. This movie has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
up there with...
like me and
No, I was going to name movies like this, Haunted Boat, Rise of the Scarecrows,
Broken light bulb.
Antisocial Behavior,
Oh, God.
Delirium,
12 years a slave.
Five Across the Eyes,
Free State of Jones.
Ice Spiders. Yeah, all those.
Slay.
Pig Hunt. Do you remember Pig Hunt?
Oh, Pig Hunt. Yes, with Les Claypool.
Simon Says. Not Simon Says. Yeah, it is Simon Says
Yeah.
with
Wow.
Crispin Glover.
You are throwing out fucking heat.
You're everywhere right now.
Yeah, I got there's. I can think of
Smiley.
Acts of Death.
Acts of
That
Death.
was-
Yes, he's throwing out-
WrestleManiac.
a Monster Brawl. This is it.
Coming soon.
Those movies are what really started this idea to do this
They
podcast.
catapulted Final Friday.
They did. And
Can
we're
you
going to
believe it? 100 of these things?
I know. Who would have thought we would be able to tolerate 100 episodes with you?
I usually seize at the thought of spending 100 or so seconds with you guys.
Right? It's
For
crazy.
100 of these episodes? I'm fucking thirsty.
This podcast has been through a lot. Multiple producers, multiple shows. But here we are.
Multiple light bulbs.
But one and only slave boy.
Yeah.
The slave boy Matt.
I love them back there. All right. Without
Great
further,
kid. Great
without
kid.
further ado, let's
talk about
fucking
the
talk.
movie.
Let's talk big woods, big rape, big cannibals.
This movie.
Shane hates women. Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
very
This movie feels like a combination of they're starting with a Last House on the Left vibe, and then it kind of definitely came into a Texas Chainsaw Next Generation vibe right away, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Was it the messed up family and the chainsaw?
It might have
Yeah,
been the chainsaw.
right away, because the weird family members in the weird house in the middle of nowhere. And the thing is, they're all goofy, but they're killers, but they're all goofy. Because Texas Chainsaw 4, you wanted it to be a horror movie, but Leatherface was a fucking joke. I don't even think he was called Leatherface. He was called Sam or something. It was some stupid name, which is not even Leatherface's name in the lore. Because isn't it Jed or something?
It's Jed
Oh, I thought it was Geoff.
or Jebediah.
Yeah, though he's given I think two different names in two different movies, but
Yeah, it changes
yeah.
constantly. Does a film franchise have worse continuity than Texas Chainsaw?
No, it's really the worst horror series ever. It's the worst slasher series probably of all time as a series. But the first movie is probably the best first movie
Yeah.
of any horror series that at least that I could think of. Maybe barring like Exorcist is pretty hot too, but I don't know. Texas is a special place in my heart.
And that's why if you're a fan of the A Show, tune in a couple of weeks where we finally finish the entire Texas Chainsaw series.
Yeah.
On Alexis Texas Chainsaw Massacre Month 2.
Yeah, that's gonna be hot. That's also gonna be heat.
Has she ever reached out to you guys?
No. Could only hope.
She's like, I want to slay your producer.
With that said, though, let's talk car accidents.
Car crashes.
We got a family. They're going through rural. Is that how you said that? Rural.
Why are we struggling?
Rural Italy.
Yeah.
This is backwoods Italy.
I should have said backwoods.
No house around. This is like the Calvaire of Italy.
Yes. We're in Calvaire, Italy, and the family's going to stop because they why
They get into an accident.
They get into an accident.
They actually hit a piece of glass on the middle of the road. It legitimately caused their car to immediately swerve to the right and hit a tree.
You think that glass was planted there? Was it a plant glass?
I'm going to say it's plant glass.
But I just can't believe that would actually cause that reaction
What was
so
that
quickly.
fucking movie where that one town made a giant pothole in the road so they could cause flat tires and then
Population 436?
was that it?
They caused the flat tires.
Don't they? Doesn't the guy drive through a pothole at the very beginning of the movie?
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't have his car the rest of the movie. I think it's
Yeah.
Population 436. Movie we should review.
Yeah, that's good. Is that final pod worthy, you think?
Ooh, I'm gonna
that's
say it's got the biscuit.
that's
I'm gonna
cusper.
say it's final pod worthy.
Yeah, that's a cusper. That's
Yeah.
a cusper for sure. They can go either way. You
So-
get those sometimes.
Yeah.
Like Veronica was another one. They can go either way.
Yeah, Veronica was just so low budget. It did not deserve to be
The
on
makeup
Final
job
Pod.
in that movie does not deserve final
Also, a
pod.
lot of porn stars in that movie.
Yeah, it had to be on the Bogart show.
right.
So this family is going to get murdered on the side of the road. They're going to get their faces bashed in. The woman's going to get abducted, and the son's going to run away. And we're not going to know what happens to that son, or we're not going to learn how far into the future this movie goes. Because I'll be honest, I was a little confused with that at first. Because it instantly cuts now to that guy and the girl in the bed drawing, and he's eating her butt or whatever, and she's drawing.
Yeah, he poses a challenge. See how well you could draw while I'm fucking plowing.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was eating her butt. I thought he was banging
no,
her.
he was.
He just
He was eating her butt?
No, he was banging her. He was banging her.
It's a
He was
bang
banging her while
fest.
and she was scribbling while she was getting railed.
You think that's because he has good dick game or bad dick?
I'm going to say bad dick game because she sees him as nothing more than a friend.
She says that to a guy we'll
Yeah,
meet
no.
very soon.
When she's talking to the husband later on in the movie, she's like, I love him as a friend.
Or-
and then that guy offs himself.
or a brother, she says.
Yeah.
A brother that she
Fucked.
It's such a weird scene. I feel like this is something out of My So-Called Life or something in the 90s where
Bro,
they're just chilling in
that
the bedroom
show-
to awkward music and they're just banging and their relationship is super weird. They're on, they're off, they're on, they're off. Meanwhile, the family at the beginning both died and the kid survived. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That I felt like they flashed to this couple now, and I didn't understand how much time had actually passed, or if that was just a cold open between that, or I'll be honest. At first, I thought he was supposed to be the kid.
Oh.
Yeah, so I didn't get that at all. Maybe because
Yeah,
I've seen this 3 times already.
Nobody
But I
ever
understand
got
what
that.
you're saying because you could get that. There's really no tell.
Yeah.
But to describe the beginning, they get into the accident. The young boy escapes the car wreck. The father, for some reason, was impaled by the crown of thorns steering wheel.
Yes.
So
Yes,
he's
he
dead.
was.
And then the wife is her skull gets crushed by the guy who drove the car.
Yeah.
A car that
Well,
actually
she-
no,
she goes
gets
to flag down a
She
car.
flags down a car, gets run over by this guy who
And
then
the guy walks out in a trench coat
Like
and a
delirium
fucking,
outfit.
top hat.
And he
And then
beats
he-
her face in with
he
a rock,
bashes her skull.
puts her in the back of the trunk.
Kid watches it. While his mom's dying, he's smart enough to say "mama" so he can alert the killer to run him through the woods. And that's pretty much what you get until then. They're just banging and drawing in the beginning.
And then you're wondering why this man in the trench coat and top hat is taking a dead woman's body in the trunk.
That's a good call too.
You'll
yeah.
fucking find out soon.
Yeah, needs the dead body. The dead
Needs
body
that shit.
needs it. You don't see his face. He's just
So
a
these
silhouette.
two, they're not dating. Yo, he actually looks pretty creepy.
He does.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. I think this movie's creepy, man. It was unsettling. For
No,
me as a
I
playthrough.
did enjoy this movie a lot more than I remember. Yeah, like I said, because see how they do like the zoom in with his eyes and stuff like that. I
thought he was the child.
at first. I thought it was a transition that he grew up to be this guy.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a fair assessment.
We got an ass shot. Shane, rate that ass.
And you barely see it.
It's
Now
her,
you see it a
her
little
ass
more.
is literally there.
It wasn't there at first. I don't know. It's like a 5. What kind of debauchery fest are you trying to have?
I do like the dialogue here. She talks
it's
about
good.
how she's like, oh, I banged like 7, 8, 9, 14 guys before you, Reno.
Yeah, it's super weird because like, are they actually dating in this scene?
I think so. Because she's like, am I more important than Maximilian Pegasus? And she's like, no. But you're still a special guy.
Dude, it's a weird version of the friend zone where he's friend zoned,
but he
but
get-
fucking.
But he gets the bang.
But like, she has no emotional feelings towards him.
Well, she's not going to give him the 100% attention because she'd rather draw.
Yeah, dude, it's almost like she gives him like a pity fuck. She's like, I'm gonna do this, but if you want to be in me, you can just do it. Just right? Like,
Yeah, and she has to continue
Yeah.
to scribble. But what is she actually like drawing? Like you don't see it, do
No.
you?
Shane, you like her feet?
no,
Rate her feet, Shane.
Rate those feet.
1.
Would you buy them on the internet?
What? No.
No, not her actual feet, like pics of them.
Oh, I think you meant when I buy her feet, like they come in an ice box.
Oh my God, Boz Lerman, 100%,
God, we're not Dan Schneider.
100%.
Oof.
Topical.
Yeah, it's current.
It's very current.
We try and be current on the Bogart
Yeah,
show.
we like to keep things topical here.
Is she drawing? What is she drawing in?
It's
Probably some form of debauchery.
I think it's a mailbox.
No, I'm saying she's what? Is it a colored pencil?
Oh, yeah, I think it's a yeah. I actually do think it's a colored pencil
Crazy.
or a stencil.
Or an oil pastel?
See, now he's getting to work.
Yeah, but this is the thing, and this is what we're talking about. It's like she doesn't care. She's like, just you can do it.
Hold on. Well,
I'll ignore it. Your dick's small. I barely feel it anyway.
Whoa,
Bro.
she has pigtails. I love when my fiance wears pigtails. Just saying, I love my fiance.
That's great.
yeah, great girl.
I'm glad you said that before the joke I was going to make, where he's going to pull the pigtails back and use them as like a saddle strap.
Oh,
and
no,
kinda
he
ride
definitely-
her
he-
like a seahorse.
He definitely uses them in straddles, but does she
Guys,
feel the straddle?
I'm trying to focus.
Well, no, because you got to pull them back like they're the reins and go, yeah.
Yeah,
Or in
This
your
is debauchery fest.
it is. This is complete and total debauchery.
See, she's going real quick here. She doesn't draw that quick. I'm telling you, he's got a good dick.
I'm going to say his dick is non-existent, and that's why she's drawing.
My
Scene
God.
is going to change, and we'll never break up, and they're immediately broken up. Like, right? Like, because then she wants nothing to do with him in the
Yes.
span of the transition here.
So, like, was he just like posted up outside
Yeah, he was
her
just,
house?
he's a creeper. He's literally just, look
Yo.
at this. This is a fucking stalker move.
He's in like full bloom love, and she just doesn't like him.
You like her blouse?
I prefer her top. Are you?
What do you mean by that?
No, like she's got a cute top
I
on.
thought you meant her bazonkas.
Shane, Brian, what do you think about his beard right now? It's pretty
I like Shane's beard.
pretty out
Nice,
there.
really
I've been
nice.
growing it out. Been growing it
You get a
out.
pipe with that beard. The tobacco pipe.
Well, that's more of a weed thing. Well,
So-
how would you do a pipe? Like a...
Doesn't Reno wear? Why is he wearing like a mechanic outfit? Like that's definitely something that like a mechanic would wear.
Maybe he's coming from work.
Oh, he does look like he works on my car engine.
Yeah. for
Vito?
sure.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't look like Vito, but he looks like he would work with Vito.
Yeah, Vito.
Like be the guy who's just like doing the dirty work.
Got it.
What's that guy called? The dirty work guy?
So this is interesting because he's like, "Can you just get in the car so we can talk?" And she regrettably does. She wants nothing to do with him. And then it looks like
They fuck.
they had sex and now they're dressing up, and she still has no feelings towards him.
Yeah.
This is why I'm saying he's got a good game because she doesn't care about him, but she's still letting him hit.
I am going to make a very strong statement right now. I just think she's a whore.
Whoa.
I mean, it's very possible. It's to be
Like,
honest.
she has no interest in this guy. Has made it very clear She has no interest in this guy, but she bangs him out every time he shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now they're on the side of the road and they're gonna cut to 3 new characters. You have this guy that's going a hot 30 miles an hour, but he's in the car. It looks like he should be driving 80.
And they're just like these 3 dudes who care about nothing but bowling and banging.
Cesare, Ginger,
And Diego?
yeah.
Diego's kind of a pussy, though.
Well, that they make him out. They're all doing drugs in the car.
Yeah, their voice is so like, yeah, bro, we're gonna go out and we're gonna bang pussy, bro. Like Macho Man, right? You get that?
Cesare reminds me. I don't know. He's like the Italian Charlie O'Connell from Dude, Where's My Car? I don't know why he reminds me of him so much.
Okay, I kind of get that vibe. I get that vibe. They're doing hella coke. They also have no moral compass.
Not at all. Until the end, but no.
I don't even think they have a moral compass there. Like, I think they just want to murder.
Well, yeah.
No.
I mean, like Cesare at the end, he doesn't have to rescue the girl.
Yeah. He doesn't.
Unless you think he tries to rescue her for other
I
alternative reasons.
think it's all ulterior motive rescue.
So he rescued with the end game of rape?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I'll give him more credit. I think he's a hero.
I think he
We
becomes.
can't call that man a hero.
He's an anti-hero. He's like the rapist
Okay.
turned hero.
I guess
It's evil,
anti-hero
but
does make sense.
It's evil. It's unexpected, but I think that's the approach they were going. This is an Italian movie. It's not normal.
No. If there's one thing I know about Europe, they're not normal with their horror movies. They're weird. They're abstract. They're bloody. They're filled with pus.
Oh my god!
Oh, we'll get some of that for sure.
What are you doing if you get that pus in your mouth?
Just ending it all.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I wouldn't be
Number
able to-
one, if I had anything like that, that shit would have been removed years ago.
Yeah.
That would have been popped years ago.
Now, do you think it started small and just grew into like the goiter it was, or he was born with that big goiter?
You mean that boulder on his
He
shoulder?
literally has a boulder
That pus boulder?
of pus on his shoulder.
It
Yeah.
probably grew. I mean, it had to be big
Yeah.
at some point, but it probably grew.
Can you imagine living like that? That's gotta be tough.
What
That's
about the
tough.
other inbred kid?
Oh,
that had-
Tarface?
had,
The tar face?
who went like natural blackface?
Again, I feel like that was just another take from Texas Chainsaw with the one guy that has the discolored face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just Texas Chainsaw on crack. So these guys are going to drive around, yada. They're eventually going to get to Riho and the girl. What's the girl's name? Does anyone actually know?
We'll call
His name is
her-
Reno, right? And her name is girl
I'm going to tell you right now, her name is Aurora.
Aurora. That's what it was.
Yeah. So they're going to pull up to these two, and they're going to get their
Jiggy with it.
rape
No.
They're gonna beat the shit out of Reno. They're gonna start putting her down. He's about to bang her out from behind.
That's Ginger. It's gonna bang her out,
Yep.
right?
And then the hero is gonna show up. The man and the wife in the car. Yeah. It's Antonio.
Antonio, Clara.
And
I don't know if the boy's in
he's
the
not.
car.
The boy's not in the car with them. He's gonna come out. He's gonna be like, "Hey, can you put the girl down?" He talks like that the whole movie, like very bland dialogue.
Very stoic.
Like the guy puts up like he's gonna cut Antonio up, and Antonio just pulls a freaking gun out of his
I
pocket.
love when he just pulls out the Glock and he's just like,
You're not gonna do shit,
"You
dude.
ain't gonna do nothing." He's like, "Did I shoot 6 bullets or 542?"
Oh, what a pussy! You got $20.
So
Look at Diego slap.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So he's gonna save her from these hooligans, and then she's gonna be like, "But Reno, he's in the trunk." He's gonna take Reno. He's gonna bring him back to the last house in the woods.
I see what you did there.
It's like this ginormous house with a gate. It's like kind of out of nowhere and kind of wild.
And the wife is going to clean up Reno. She's gonna, dab him up, get him nice and clean. The husband is gonna talk to Aurora, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, it's not just us here. My son Julio is sleeping upstairs.
He's 7.
Don't
Yeah.
bother him."
Yep. He needs his beauty sleep. He goes to bed early.
Shane, remember when you called her a whore?
Yes.
How do you like that they kiss while talking here?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
It's a little weird. He kind of also I don't want to say forced it, but kind of forced it. Like he starts stroking her hair and pulls her close to him.
He wants to fuck
but
her.
she doesn't back off. I
correct.
actually think she would have kept kissing him if Julia doesn't show up.
But potentially, and it is a little odd. Of course it is.
Like, I don't want to victim blame, but it's kind of her fault.
They're building up the tension here too. It's definitely a little creepy.
Yeah.
The mood is creepy here because you know something's off.
You
and
can tell right away.
This guy is definitely being a little weird.
Yeah.
For sure.
He did ask her to leave like 400 times.
I think
he's like, "Can you call your mom?"
He's like, call the cops, call your mom.
I think he likes her, and he was gonna let her go. He says it at one point
until Julio comes down and ruins it all.
Yeah,
because the second she saw that boy had shark teeth,
she reacted like any human would.
Well, he came down with literally a mouth covered in blood
because he was napping after obviously having a meal. A meal of human.
That your kid? You keeping him?
No, he's gone. If he's born with those teeth, I'm being like, yo, doc.
Who just randomly shows up with a bloody mouth and those teeth? Like, what do you think? And you're in someone's house and you see this. You're like, you know what? I will call the cops.
Yeah.
Like, give me your phone back.
Which is why I think that's when he's like, all right, well, you saw him. I can't have you telling anyone. You have to die now.
Yeah.
So you think he actually would have let her go?
I do. I truly do think if
really
she didn't see Julio, she could have left.
So Julio was the seal of fate.
Yeah, because I don't think they were. I think they were keeping the boy a secret.
Well, they needed to feed. They probably would have. Well,
they would have kept
Reno,
the dude.
They would have left her without Reno though, because she would have tried to get Reno back.
Yeah, it probably would have backfired anyway. I don't think. Actually, she has no attachment to him though. She might have just left.
Yeah, I guess it depends how it worked out.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm being really mean to her. Maybe I should. Stop.
Well, maybe stop calling her a dumb slut whore.
That's you're putting words in my mouth.
Rater 1 to 10. What are you thinking?
Oh, she's a pretty girl. She's like a 7. I think it's fair.
It's fair. I thought you were gonna like put her real low because you have so little respect for her.
That's rude. You're being rude. This is debauchery fest, not rudeness.
Antonio, 1 to 10. What are you thinking?
Antonio, he's like a stoic 6.
You know how like some girls like a guy with a little bit of like edge and dark.
Yes.
Yeah. He's hot in that way.
You think he's like
you know what I'm saying?
He's like brooding.
Do you know what I mean when I say that?
Yeah, no, girls love a guy who broods.
Yeah, he's the
They
brood.
also, if I know anything about girls, love a married man.
That's true.
Yo. Fuck.
Where's young Gangrel? He's coming out.
Shit. It's debauchery fest. I could say this.
You can
Yeah,
do
we
whatever
gotta
you
get
want.
gnarly.
Debauchery fest.
Yeah, this episode we're trying to push some boundaries.
Yeah. How are we on time?
22 minutes.
Whoa! Debauchery
That's
fest.
debauchery.
We did say this one would be a little longer.
A little longer, a little less well lit because I broke a lamp before.
It actually looks fine,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I know. You guys look perfect.
Yeah.
We look perfect.
You're
Perfect.
perfect.
Perfect slave.
He's such a perfect slave.
He's such a good producer.
Shut up, shut the fuck up. How about this, Bri? We get Matt a little like mini fridge on his desk.
Yes.
So like I'm like, Matt, Gatorade me.
And he throws
And
it.
he fucking throws me a
love it.
Gatorade.
Love
Yeah,
it.
but
I'm
you'll
in
probably
for it.
drop it and break a light.
And then I'll that was perfect. Yeah, that was good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
man. Usually you suck ass, but that was really good. And then like occasionally I'll tip Matt, like I'll flick a quarter at him,
Oh, nice.
or like peg it at him.
Yeah, it's
He's
disrespectful.
asleep.
That's really
See,
disrespectful.
like they're sucking face now.
We're back to the movie, baby.
You think he got? Oh Jesus!
No, he got a
Christ.
little tongue in there.
He got
slipped a tongue
he
in
got
there.
Tongue deep.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yo, if honestly, bro, if the kid had normal like teeth, he's a cute kid.
Yeah,
He's a normal
there's nothing
kid.
wrong with the kid other than the blood on his mouth and the shark teeth.
Yeah, from like eating bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you only name a kid Julio if this kid is a little vampire.
Shane,
sure.
rate the mom. Do it now.
Like 6.
6. So the whore slut dumb bitch is hotter.
Yes. You're being really rude. You're so rude. Okay, so now the whole thing, she can't leave. They're going to sedate her. She's sedated. I want to be sedated. And she's going to get tied up in a chair, surrounded in plastic, with Reno right next to her. And Reno's missing a leg.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Julio, if you put 1 and 2 together, he's chomping on it.
Yeah. Julio is just eating leg. Like, it's kind of sick. And this is when we get introduced to the other 2 boys. Boyle and Blackface.
Well, the thing is, because
Yes.
she's gonna escape.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She's gonna be running through the forest, whereas Antonio is gonna run out and try to drive and find her and get her down. But she's gonna go through the woods. She's gonna take an alternate route, and she finds a meth trailer in the middle of the woods.
Oh my God! And that's when she gets captured again by
Yeah.
the Boyle and Tarface.
Exactly.
How did she
Boyle,
escape?
Tarface.
How did she escape the first time?
I think she just slaps the
I don't remember at all.
sedative out of his hand and runs. Like,
Was that it? I literally just watched this too.
yeah, so did I, but it's okay.
Does she kick him in the nuts? She does something.
Yeah, she does
does kick
because
him
she
in the
just
nuts.
stops him from using it and she escapes. But she gets captured like pretty quickly, and that's when she's tied up next to Reno,
Okay.
all that stuff.
Okay.
All this is gonna go down. We're gonna actually watch Reno's arm get chainsawed off. The blood's gonna shoot into her face, like we're
Yeah.
filming one of our movies back in the day where we just used a ketchup bottle to squirt it.
Yeah.
But the main thing from this is the rape boys.
The rape boys.
Rape boys!
Rape boys.
I'm not gonna say it.
They hear the screams of a woman and they get so aroused they need
Yeah.
to go investigate. I'm actually pretty sure.
And I love the plan because they're like, this girl's getting banged out. We need to kill the guys and bang the chick.
That's
That was
literally
their
their plan.
that was their logic going in.
That's why I'm saying he's not a hero. I think he just wanted to kill them to bang out.
But I think he gains a moral compass as
No,
he's-
he doesn't.
As he sees the brutality?
the absolute chaos that's going on in this home.
I think he's just upset he's not the one doing it.
I don't think he's a straight murderer. I think he
He
just
was going to murder the guy until he pulled a gun out.
yeah, and he does talk about only wanting virgins at some point. That's murder.
He's
vibes.
pretty like evil in a different way. I just think he comes
Yeah,
into
no,
a
he's-
new kind of evil.
He's a sick
Yes,
fuck. for
he's
sure.
not this kind of evil with like wielding a chainsaw, murdering people while they're tied up.
So this scene is kind of goofy. Cause like, is it really like she literally bathes in it? That's how much.
Yeah, no,
it's-
she's looking like Bruce Campbell in The Evil Dead right about
for
now.
for sure.
Right
And
about
her
now, yeah.
character is pretty useless throughout this entire movie. Like she does nothing but like stay tied up. And the shift in character just comes to Cesare essentially, who's the anti-hero, who's the rapist turned potential moral compass? Question mark?
I'm gonna say no. Some people are gonna say yes.
Would Reno be dead in this point? And the
Yes,
answer is
he's
yes.
literally
Dude.
missing a leg and an arm.
Yeah, you'd be dead.
He's
Bleeding out.
bleeding out. They have not cauterized any wounds.
She comes back like a half hour later to say goodbye to him. He's somehow still alive.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Makes
makes
no
no
fucking sense. He'd bleed out almost instantly.
Yeah, because like it's been a long time.
Well, he's missing a arm and a leg.
And not proper cut procedure.
course
Like
not.
that thing was mangled. Yeah, so the boys are gonna come up with a plan of just sneaking into the house to participate in debauchery fest.
Yeah. You think we get along with these guys?
No. I think this is
No.
they're a special breed, these fellas.
Yeah, redacted.
That was like the worst question you've ever asked us.
That's why I redacted it. Move on, you know?
No, Brian ain't editing that out.
They hear noises outside though, right?
Because the husband goes and investigates it outside, and don't they beat him with his own
Bro.
gun and kill him?
Oh, they don't they take a stone or something?
Oh,
they,
maybe it's a stone. It
They
might be a stone.
repetitively beat his. I think Cesare right beats his head in. He's got
was-
this huge gash above
Yeah.
his face.
I was low key shocked by this.
the husband.
This dude dies like
Yeah.
now.
They kill him.
Yeah, he's
I
the
thought he
first
was-
to go.
I see. I thought he was going to come back at some point.
Me too, 100%.
Because that's what normal horror movies do. But and the reality is, he probably would be dead.
Yeah,
Oh no, yeah, his brains got bashed in.
Dude, I swear that boil looks like a fist
That thing
coming
is-
out of his
That
neck.
thing is crazy.
that scene is disgusting.
It's kind of amazing how Cesare pops that though. He pops it with his thumb.
Just cringing thinking about it. So after they kill the husband, they come into the house, right? And they see the girl tied up, and they're gonna untie her, but Tarface comes in right with the chainsaw,
Yeah.
and he just cuts Diego's guts out.
Yeah.
And then Cesare doesn't shoot the chainsaw guy
In the head.
And Tarface in the head. And then he shoots Diego in the head to put him out of his
Yeah, he
misery.
mercy kills Diego. Good guy in that moment.
Now you had to do
I'm
that.
telling you, he's gaining a compass.
No, I think he's just for the boys. But then he comes up with the plan with Ginger where he's like, we're going to split up. Yeah, I have a gun and you have nothing but this coke I'm going to put in your mouth.
He's like, you do this coke, and I'm gonna do this coke, and we're gonna bash some heads and fuck some chicks. Ooh.
Yeah.
He's wearing a cross. Like, dude.
Don't you love this though? He's like, you go in through the window, and I'll go in fully armed through the garage. Let's go.
The worst plan of all time.
And they have the little catchphrase. You know how many times they say that throughout this movie?
Oh,
They're just
my
like,
Yeah, this plan's not going to go well for Ginger, though, because he's going to walk into Julio's room, and the mom is going to stab him like 47 times.
well, Julio's gonna give a little hiss, and then she's behind the door.
He does give a little hiss.
He doesn't die though right away.
No, because he makes it back to the garage, where he finds Cesaro. What was his name?
Cesare.
Cesare.
Cesaro.
And he just plops dead in front of him, and that's when he fights the man with the boil, and he pops it with his two thumbs, and this yellow pus.
It's a squirting
shoots
yellow.
into his mouth. It's so gross.
Let's watch it in real time.
Yeah.
What do you say, huh?
It's like,
What do you say?
oh, it's so gross. It's coming up.
What do you think they made it out of? Like fucking oatmeal?
It looked like creamed corn-ish.
Corn? Yeah, that shit was gross.
It's past this. It's oh god. It's a little bit further.
It is interesting though because he does go into the basement and is completely freaked out. So you're like, what do they have in the basement?
Yeah, he loses his gun too in the basement because he doesn't have it anymore after that.
Yeah, it does make you think. Though. Did you like kind of like understood what was going to be in the basement?
I did at that point.
Me too.
I had an idea of where that was going.
Yeah,
once they
'cause,
hyped up the basement.
They also keep showing flashbacks of
It's a little bit after this scene.
Yeah, it's right here. It's right here.
because he dies. It's right there.
Yeah,
It's coming
there
up.
it is.
Yeah, he
just
just oh
It's
god.
so
Oh, it gets
much.
in his mouth too.
Oh, look at it just come out of there.
It's
Oh,
so
fuck.
gross. So from this moment, after he's strangled this guy and killed him and popped his blood pus bubble, he goes back to save the girl.
Does he die by?
Strangulation, I took it as.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm gonna say, did he die by pus pop?
And-
Like
Yeah. Oh.
no,
He
it's strangulation.
he,
for sure.
he unties the girl, and you think everything's okay, but then the mom is still alive, and the mom just stabs him in the back and cuts his throat.
cuts his throat like hardcore for sure.
Very hardcore throat cutting.
It's his blood fest, dude. Look at this.
Yeah, ugh.
This is debauchery fest.
This is literally just so much debauchery.
This is why we chose it.
Yep. The girl then talks to Reno, right? Reno's dead at this point? Or is that talk with Reno after? It's after,
I think
right?
it's after. Yeah, it's after.
Because she runs into the basement now, right? After this?
Yeah, and then she sees the appalling scene. And the interesting is Julio's seeing all this, and he's like, "Oh my god, like this is evil."
Yes.
Like, I could not imagine someone hurting another human being.
Yeah. So what, Brian, reveal it. What is in the basement?
So the basement is something you'd see out of Sin City, where you see the young boy from the beginning. Yes, the young boy that was taken without limbs. It's just a young boy without arms or legs, sitting down on a chair, missing limbs. And you have to assume they've been eaten by Julio.
Yeah. And the mom goes through the whole thing. They birthed a monster, so they adopted two other monsters to make them fit in. And then they just are upset they have a monster. And Julio hears all of this.
Like, what would you do if you had your son who had this kind of teeth? Wouldn't you go out and murder human beings and bring them back to your house so that your son could feed on them instead of breaking into a hospital and getting blood bags?
Smart. Yeah, no, that's the whole plot. But since Julio hears his mom call him a monster like literally 17 times,
Yeah.
he then takes it upon himself to eat his mom.
Yeah, gets her neck like a fucking vampire.
Because he probably didn't understand the measures that were taken to take human life for
Yeah.
him. He probably just thought this was his food, but didn't like process what they were doing.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, she then goes upstairs to Reno. She talks to Reno, who miraculously is still alive at this point in time.
Pretty wild.
Without an arm or a leg.
I like this Dexter kill room they had him in.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was plastic everywhere.
It was a really good touch. And then once Reno just dies, she leaves. And she just walks down the road, right?
Yeah, the movie ends with her running
Very
away.
interesting music.
Yeah, that's a good point, Bri.
And that's the last house in the woods.
This is the movie that started it all.
Yeah.
Bro, from like the time where the father gets his head plastered in, this movie is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
So much shit happens. It's a lot of death, blood, pus.
It actually won best bloodbath.
I can see that.
I like it.
2008 winner of the International Fantastic Film Festival.
Oh, it's one of my favorite ones.
It's a good festival.
What happens to Julio?
He's just alone in the house to eat the bodies.
He got food for a while.
He gives his brother a nice little hug at the end.
Yeah. Probably eats him.
Yeah, he'll get hungry at some
He's
point.
gonna eat that.
He's got a lot of dead meat there, though.
He does. He's going to
He
be
can
eating-
survive for like a fortnight.
Yeah, he's going to eat for quite some
He
time.
could put the pus in like a shake and blend it. And have
yeah,
like
and
a
just have a
protein
blood
pus
pus
shake.
shake. Ooh, that sounds delicious.
do you
That's
think-
debauchery.
As he grows older, he'll try like normal food and still be like, nah, I need that fucking...
No, because once you get the taste for human flesh, it doesn't
can't-
go away.
you
No,
can't ever
he's
get rid of
always
it.
gonna have
Everyone
some
So
knows
he's
taste for
always going to
flesh.
need to eat that human.
Yep.
That's unfortunate.
It is.
He's missing out on a lot of good stuff.
I do love the shot, though, of the boy with no limbs.
It's pretty
just
fucking sick.
It's clearly a dummy with his head going through the
Right,
back curtain,
but,
it's still pretty great.
It literally does remind me of a scene with Elijah Wood, since it's literally the same shot,
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
where he just has absolutely zero limbs.
Neat.
Yeah.
With that said, should we rate this movie?
Let's rate it.
This will be interesting. Let's see where we go with this one, huh?
Yes.
Oh, this is surprising.
Yeah.
A triple thumb up?
Yeah.
Interesting. Matt, what do you think? Matt, what do you think? Yeah, I figured.
Oh, Matt. Come on.
Oh, if I had something to throw at you, I would.
Oh, you want to break the other light?
Oops, that was loud.
Yeah, you can break the table next?
Jesus, Shane.
No, I don't know. I like this movie a lot more than I remember. Like, when I watched this when we were younger, I was like, this movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, this was like what we would recall like one of the worst things we've seen, and it was like completely different reaction on the third rewatch.
Yeah.
I lost brain cells watching this movie.
oh, man.
I thought it was solid. I think because I've watched so much bad shit.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Like, I felt it was unsettling. I definitely think they like really stole some concepts from some other movies. But at the same time, like I thought it was creepy. The story was interesting. I do like the beginning, like the cold open to how it comes back. I do think there's some stuff that was kind of like a little drawn out and maybe a little senseless with like their relationship, but in the crux of it being the family in the middle of the woods and the story about feeding their son, I dig it. I dig it, doggy.
Me too. I agree.
I doggy dig it as well.
I diggity dog dig it.
It's ruined.
It's a road dog moment. Well, yeah, that's it. That's Debauchery Fest.
Oh,
This
God.
is the one of the pioneers. I mean, yeah, this was it. This is us in a nutshell. This movie. This is the final Friday. This movie just filled with pus and Italian.
Yeah. So, what do we got for next week?
Oh, baby.
101.
So, at the beginning, I mentioned like a shit ton of movies. Some of them we reviewed already. Some we haven't. Well, we're going to start reviewing them. Because next week, we are doing the classic 5 Across the Eyes.
My God. So, no one has heard of these movies, I'm sure. This was like a film project, I believe. And boy, oh boy, when we watched this, we had a group and probably some drinks, so it was like easy to swallow. When you're watching this at like 3:00 in the morning and you got to get through it and not fall asleep, it's rough.
Yeah. Luckily, there's enough screaming to keep you awake for hours.
There we go. So, yeah. So 5 Across the Eyes for next week.
There we go.
God
See
help
you
us
then.
all.
Yeah.
It's 5 Across the Eyes. You know that's a metaphor for a slap.
Is that what it was? I thought it was because there was 5 girls involved. That has to do with a slap.
No, 5 Across the Eyes is just literally a metaphor for a slap. It's crazy,
Oh,
right?
5 across the
eyes.
Okay, I
Yep.
see.
Oh.
5 Across the Eyes.
All right. Well, yep. What's up?
Why'd you just do that?
I think it's in one of the songs.
Like you're a lead singer of a heavy metal band.
All righty then. Well, we'll see you folks next week. You know where to find us. www.thefinalpodcast.com every week for low budget horror reviews for Final Friday. And of course, if you want to watch a polished very more productive show, you can watch the A Show on Mondays. But if you want to watch total debauchery nonsense, come on Friday. You go watch Mike G break bulbs. Let's go. See you next week.
Plus filled it.